All right. Welcome to the second episode of the Ambition Only podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We got Keagan on here. I've been waiting for this one for a long time because, believe it or not, you were, okay, well, I got to give you the full introduction.
Okay.
Keagan, aka KHAOS.
Right, yep.
It goes by KHAOS, shoots great videos, whether it's fashion, music videos, all that. He's killing it right now.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, I don't know if you know that, but you're actually probably the first person I've collaborated with in terms of like my personal music and things like that.
Yeah.
Like you're the first person I've collaborated with in LA, and I've been here for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So I
that's
was
crazy.
going solo for a while, but yeah, like collaborating with you, I just feel like motivated me so much more. Like I really need to start working with more people, and like there's so many inspiring people out here like you. So
Yeah, I appreciate
welcome on the podcast. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, I came out here from Ohio. I really just want to do my thing, and like out here is where the scene is to do that.
Yeah.
And like the same thing with like Desmond too, like shooting with people out here and like them being like, this just helps me keep going. Like, oh, I love that because it's the same thing for me. Like having people that want me to come shoot, like that keeps me going. Like
absolutely,
that's what I want to do. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. And you've only been out here 3 months, but you're like so motivated and everything like that. And you know, the chaos of moving to LA like doesn't seem to have phased you in one bit. And that's super inspiring too. But yeah, what you been up to recently?
honestly, working, making money.
Yeah.
You know, always like I want to live how I want to live.
Yeah.
But you got to have money to do that. So working always.
Let me turn this up. Yeah, so you're working with a lot of artists now, or like have you been going to a lot of shows recently?
I've been going to some shows. Yeah, it's been kind of slow in LA right now. A lot of things going on in New York and Paris and stuff, fashion week and stuff going on. So but once things start popping up, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be outside always.
Yeah. What is Life is War Day?
Life is War. Okay, so that's Mitch Mode's his brand. Mitch Modes is like affiliated with like Playboy Cardi and Joy Division and shit like that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I went to his little pop-up he had just like on the street.
Yeah, and you saw Tommy Richmond there?
Yeah, he pulled up. That was sick.
That's so dope.
Clip of him.
Yeah, he's somebody who's really interesting because it's like I mean, he seemingly came out of nowhere, but he got like this 90s vintage sound and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that would be like a cool collab between you guys if you ever got to like shoot one of his videos.
Right. Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah. Did you guys talk at all or?
Not really. Like he kind of just pulled up randomly. I seen him, like they got a picture and then he was kind of out after that. So I don't, and that's the thing, like I've been at certain things where I see people and like I don't really approach them because it's always gonna feel like a fan type of thing. Yeah. And like, yes, I am a fan. Like, you deserve your flowers, but like, I want it to be natural. And so like, if I see them, if it's natural for me to go up and say whatever, then I will. But otherwise, like, I'm not gonna force it. Like, trying to say, hey, like, I do this. Look me up. Let me show you. Like, I want it to just happen. Like, if they see me at a show with my camera shooting, and they want to say something, then, you know, that feels better than, you know, having to force it. Yeah,
it's so hard to, like, not make it feel forced. Yeah. I mean, like, they probably have a ton of people approaching them, or, like, a ton of people hitting them up, like, in the DMs, like, hey, can we collab or, like, do something together? So, yeah, I'm sure, like, it's hard to stand out amongst the crowd and say, like, this is why you should work with me.
For sure. Yeah. I think networking is important, like, especially like on the internet and shit. Everybody's on the internet all the time. So but you seem to do a lot of in person. Yeah. I think that's more my thing. It's just if it happens, then it happens. Yeah. Not even that I'm just like waiting for it, but it's just like that keeps me going. Like be in that space, be in that environment, live that life, and it's gonna just keep happening. Yeah. Instead of like being like, I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted this. Right. Or we should. Just like, we're gonna this. You feel me? Like that's how it has been going. So I'm just kind of riding that wave right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's kind of why I think I sort of had like that wake up call. Like I need to collab with more people and, you know, just like meet more creative people in person and work with them in person, because like when you're sitting behind a desk and like you're in like a little control room, like it feels like you're connected to the entire world, and like it feels like, oh, this is the entire internet, I have access to this person's page and this person will see my posts and everything like that. But really you're honestly pretty secluded on the internet. Like if you're not using it in the right way and you're not actually making those in-person connections where this person knows you in person and they're going to see and interact with your posts more likely. And just things like that, it's totally different when you can see on the ground what's going on and like just see people's relationships to what they're doing and sort of understand things better.
Sometimes you meet people in person and it's like you only know them through their work, so you don't really know them. And then you meet them and it can be like, damn, I actually fuck with bro. Or it's like, you're like ridiculous, like I'm not gonna be around. And that's okay, like you can still fuck with somebody's work, it's just now you know in person, like it doesn't vibe, like just not gonna force it, you know, just because you have this name or whatever, like that's why I let things happen naturally. Because if you go and you try and make it happen and you put all this effort into going, trying to make it, and then you finally get there and it's like, this isn't even like feel right. Like,
it's not what you
want. Know, maybe it's like you're at a shoot, like at a studio, and there's a bunch of people and there's a bunch of cameras and it's like, you're kind of drowned out, you feel me? It's like, is my footage even gonna get used? Am I just here to get a little bit of money and then go home and just be like, okay, I mean, you know what I mean?
No,
that's not
makes
fulfilling.
sense.
Like that's not why I'm doing it. Like I really want to have a connection. I want to give people what they want, and you know, you got to be able to shoot with them multiple times, keep going, keep connecting, and feel their vibe and give them more of what they want. Like you're kind of molding it together at that point, and like
it's important that like build that relationship. Because that's like when some of the best work gets done is when like you both can trust each other in what you do, and then like you shoot an awesome video for somebody making like killer music, and you both have like your own ideas to bring to the table that like mesh together at that point. What was the first things that you started shooting?
Definitely music. Music was my first thing. An artist from Ohio, Zave Darko.
Oh yeah, I seen him on your page.
Yeah, that's my boy. That was my first thing. I've done some brand shoots, but like some low key stuff that's just like in Ohio.
Is Zave Darko still in Ohio, or is he based out there? Or?
Yeah, in Ohio.
Has he ever come out here?
He's been out here. I've been telling him he needs to come out here. He'll be out here eventually. I'm sure.
No, that's cool. Okay, so did that music sort of inspire you to start shooting? Is that kind of how it worked, or did you always know that you wanted to be behind the camera?
I think just honestly growing up, like I was hella creative. I always just seen things in a imagination kind of way, like imaginative kind of way. And I didn't get a phone till I was like older, but once I had a phone and I could do that, like I feel like everybody has that phase where like taking pictures is just like a cool thing. But then high school and you get your homies and like that's just like I just realized that that's really what I liked, is capturing a moment. Because honestly, I think it was an episode of The Office, like that's corny, but like one of the last episodes, one of the characters says, I wish there was a way to know we were in the good days before they were gone. And it was just like, damn.
Wow.
You don't even think about that until you're like, I was only like
That's from The Office? That's crazy,
And I was like 17, so I'm not even like grown or nothing, but I was thinking about like, damn, like being a kid, you know what I mean? So I think that's just important, like capturing a moment and like remembering it, holding it, making it art, like, you know what I mean? You have that experience in that moment and you can share it in a creative, imaginative way. And I think that's just what I want to do forever.
No, that's awesome. No, it's cool how like you can record a video and then like years later, like how that video makes you feel is just so much bigger. Like it feels like maybe sometimes nothing in the moment. Like you could just be capturing something like mundane, and then like years later that will be like so valuable to you, or maybe to other people even. Like certain videos that people throw up on the internet one day, like it's just a random video on the internet, and another day it's like legendary. How has this not been viral this whole time? Yeah.
Damn,
yeah. So cool. So you started filming music videos. What was the first music video that you filmed?
First music video we did was Over Sensory.
Okay. Is that Zave Darko?
It was Zave Darko,
okay, cool.
And, but really, like, I've never done, like, we never did it in a way that was, like, specifically for a shoot. Mm-hmm. It was always just, like, let's link, let's shoot.
Yeah.
Let's just go to a cool spot.
Yeah.
Have the music going, just vibe out, you know what I mean? And, like, I really like it that way. I think the result ends up being better than going with a plan to like, let's get the whole video right now. Mm-hmm. Eventually, you go and shoot 4 or 5 times. It's for the same song. It's like, we have a bunch of footage now. Like, we can make this the video. Yeah. And it wasn't even planned. You're just going to shoot for the song to just get footage. I feel like it takes the pressure off. It's not like a job now. You're creating. You're working, but you're not like at your job working where you need to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like more laid back.
Yeah, I like that too, because like as an editor, like when you have a bunch of footage that just fits the overall vibe of the song, you can pick and choose certain highlights that you really like and sort of add what the impression the music is giving by adding like a certain clip as you go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like when you have something super planned out and you try to like script out everything beforehand and how every single shot's gonna look, like sure you can design some cool shots, but the timing of the video and how the clips are cut isn't always gonna mesh up. You're gonna be trapped.
Yeah, there's gonna be things that get cut out, and then it's like, now I'm short, now I need more footage to fill in, and it's like, that's why it's better to just go at it natural.
Yeah.
But so, I don't think I've ever done big like music videos. You know what I mean? It's always been that kind of like, let's just get some footage. Like, I think with the VHS too, specifically, it's like, that's the vibe. Yeah. If you go for like a music video, there's gonna be a couple people there and you're getting a shot, not the shot. Mm-hmm. But that's just for right now. I mean, that's just my experience so far with it.
No, that's interesting. Like shooting footage. Do you find that like oftentimes like the footage that you shot is better, and like do you feel like sometimes people aren't like watching all the shots when there's a bunch of people?
But that's okay, because like it's for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Like, when I edit, I'm really precise and picky about little things that I know that nobody is gonna notice. Mm-hmm. But it's just, I want it to be how I want it to be. Yeah. I don't have a lot of things posted, and that's because it's honestly like mentally straining even going through the editing process. I have to be able to let go of a little bit of that, not be so hard on myself, and just be like, this is good and I actually like this, like actually. Yeah. But not to the point where it's like, this needs to be perfect and this needs to be sick, this needs to be something no one's ever seen. Like, sometimes you put all that pressure on and you end up doing too much and it's bad. No, and you just put all that work in for nothing, so. Yeah, honestly, like I struggle with that too, like just like posting something I think is so good knowing it's gonna get like, it's probably not gonna get that many views. But the reality of that is you're sort of creating something or trying to create something that nobody's ever seen before. And that's coming from you, and you're trying to be like your authentic self, and you want to have like your own little niche in the world. Right. But in order for that
like if that were to just catch on right away, like for some people, like it can, but for other people, you kind of have to show people why what you're doing is so dope. Right. And you kind of just have to like build that trust, like, no, like look at me over here, I'm actually like doing something like really cool. Right. And it takes time to build that trust, and it takes posting bomb ass videos that nobody's ever gonna watch until one day somebody does.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. You definitely just have to put the work in no matter who's watching, because you never know. You never know. And it's timeless, like you said, like that shit will be out there forever, like anywhere. So
yeah. And when it does pop off, you'll have a ton of videos that nobody's ever seen before that people can now like binge and be like, oh my God, this dude's a genius.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Create your own little world. So you like Playboi Carti and like Opium and stuff like that?
Yeah. That's been, Carti's been one of my favorite artists for a while. Yeah. So before all the Opium shit happened. Yeah. But I think over time he's changed his swag, and like I'm still there. I don't know, like that's not like my whole thing.
No,
but yeah, that is.
Yeah. Some people's it is, but yeah. For sure. No, yeah. I really like Carti's like new stuff, and just, I mean, I love his old stuff too, but like I think he's just one of the greatest artists right now. For sure. And I think he's so like slept on in terms of like how good he is. Yeah. Like he's very popular, but I don't think he's getting the respect in terms of how he's changing music and like how he's affecting just culture right now.
Influence.
Yeah, like it's just such a huge influence. And his music videos, his recent music video run, I think is the coolest thing ever, where he's just only posting videos on YouTube, and like just all these videos are kind of like vibey, like you said. Yeah. They don't seem super thought out.
They're plain.
Yeah.
It's very raw.
Yeah, super raw. Yeah. And like it's not focusing on his lips saying the words or anything like that. Like it's just fucking like raw,
just lifestyle, beautiful. Like and that's the thing, and you have to show that shit before you're shining. Yeah, because eventually one day, if you get it and you're there, and everybody's watching, then it's like, you know, you don't know that I really have been going for this. Like this has been the goal. Like I'm like 3-4 years deep. And so it's like,
and you're just now
I'm out here now, and so it's like it's all out there, you know? But that's for them to see if they want. It's just for me to keep going, like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, is that an artist you would want to work with someday?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That would be fucking sick. Anybody around that would be dope as fuck. Yeah, like Ken, Lone, like anybody like that would be dope.
Is that something where you could just easily be like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna like go work with this artist? Or is it something where you'd be like, oh shit, I'm kind of nervous, like putting a lot of pressure on yourself?
Yeah, I think it would definitely be like, this is gonna be like, I'm gonna have to be like on my game. So a little bit of pressure. But I wouldn't want to, like, I'd probably be a little nervous, but like, honestly, I'd be just excited. I'd be like, I can't believe that I'm going to go fucking shoot with them. You feel me? Like, that'd be so crazy. Absolutely. Any artist that's like, you know what I mean, has a name for themselves, like, that's going to feel crazy to go and work with them, you know? Yeah. You get an opportunity to maybe actually like connect and vibe, and you'll be around for a minute and help them create shit. And that'd be dope. Right. People that already have their name out there, not only because like clout, like it's gonna help you get your name out there, but just because like they have more knowledge. Once they get up there and they've been doing it and they're big, like they have a bunch of knowledge, and that shit can help you. Like when I started shooting with Dave, he had already been making music for a while, and he collabed, Ohio, like he collabed with all kinds of people. And I think the knowledge that he had helped me a lot with just creativity, like just a lot of shit. Yeah. So I think that's important too with connecting with people, is like, whether they're big or small, like just go for it, because you never know. Like, maybe they know some shit that you have no idea.
That's true, and it goes both ways too, because like Zay now has somebody in LA who he's worked with before, and like if he were ever to come out here, he'd have like a good solid connection doing things out here. So like building those relationships like really builds everybody up, even if it's a big artist helping a small artist. Yeah. Like you never know when you're finding like the next big thing, you know? Like you gotta treat everybody with respect, because like you could be working with somebody who down the line is gonna be like the #1 artist in the world. Yeah. Yeah, and like that will definitely come back to help you.
For sure. Yeah. And you never know, like you could be there for that, you know, like maybe the vibe that you bring helps boost them to that spot. And so like that just, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's like helping the creative process be at its peak.
Yeah, you know? No, that's so true. Yeah. What has it been like working with Desmond? I just had him on the podcast. Yeah. You guys have been filming a lot of Easy for Me.
Yeah, we've been shooting pretty consistently, honestly. Yeah. And it's good. I think over time, like you get more comfortable, you get a good feel for the vibe, the energy, and it just makes the footage better and better and better and better. I mean, every time it gets better. So
yeah, and I like how consistent it is, because it really does like it feels like you're sort of starting to like build that whole world for him. All the videos you guys are releasing are, you know, your VHS style, and like it's just like lifestyle type videos. Yeah. And so every time I like tap in, check the story, it just reinforces that same vibe. So like when that song finally does come out, I'm gonna feel like I already know the song. Yeah. Like by the time it comes out, and that kind of just shows like how important that is, and like establishing that relationship with people more than just like hearing the track, you know?
For sure. We were just talking last night about a final like music video for it, and like kind of what I was talking about, like just putting a bunch of clips together, like maybe going out one night with a specific idea of like this is gonna be the main focal shoot. Yeah. So we gotta lock in, so we have a one time thing that's like really like solid, and then just mix everything else in there. Yeah. I think the final big music video thing for it will be sick. Oh yeah. It'll really fit the vibe, bring everything together, like almost like a mini doc, but like a music video. So yeah. I think it'll be dope. I think that'll help set his tone for like what he's trying to do for later things. So
no, sick. Definitely. Yeah. Are you planning to do promotion for some other songs he's got coming out as well?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. It's kind of up to him, you know. Like I don't want to directly influence like his schedule for his music, but we talk about everything music-wise. So yeah. So awesome. It's just up to him and what he wants to do after Easy for Me. Yeah.
Are there any shows you're coming up that you're gonna be going to?
KHAOS is gonna be in LA, but the tickets are crazy, so I might go. Oh, okay. I might not. That's the big thing. It's just like spending the money to go to the show to get the footage. Like, that's backwards from what I'm out here to do. Get paid to shoot instead of paid to shoot. Right. So yeah. But it's you gotta pick and choose.
It's gonna reverse at some point. Yeah. Like but yeah, it's definitely a lot of upfront costs. Yeah.
You gotta spend money to make money. So I mean,
definitely.
It just depends, like the situation. So
yeah. No, I feel that. Yeah, I may be having to replace my laptop. My screen's dead, and like I've tried literally everything. I've done like every single reboot there is, like boot it in safety mode, all the different like IT tricks, and then, but like I'm almost 100%
they probably have to take the
hardware.
whole glass off and do wire shit. So
yeah, like if I had a screwdriver, I'd be tempted to take the bottom off, but at this point,
you end up messing everything up.
Yeah, I don't want to mess. It could be.
I would say honestly, find like a close shopping mall that you think they would have a little kiosk in, and just see. You know? Because they won't charge you to check. Yeah. Because they have all the little things there, and they do it all day. So.
No, that's true.
But then it's like maybe it'll be like $200 to fix it. Yeah. It's like damn. But then you can just leave it and go somewhere and be like. Ask them what part and be like, this needs fixed. Right. Maybe buy the part on.
Once I know exactly what's wrong with it, I'll feel a lot better. Yeah. But yeah, like just not having that work. I have so much work that I have like a music video to edit and like just all these things I rely on my laptops for. So it's just, when technology just doesn't work, it's just the biggest headache. That's all you can think about.
That's the biggest thing is relying on so much technology to just go and do what you need it to do so that it can look and be the way you need it to be.
Honestly, man. And I imagine with cameras, like there's a lot that just sometimes just doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any big moments you could think about where like just something went wrong technically?
I had this smaller camera that would like, when I went to turn it on, it would like it just wouldn't power up right. Yeah. And it would like make me reset it, turn it off and back on. And I was at a concert, I had my main camera and I was trying to turn that on and it wouldn't go. And I was like messing up this footage while trying to fix this one. I couldn't even get it to work. I don't know what happened. And it was just like, I don't know. Other than that, like nothing major. Like the film cameras tend to go smoothly.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's just sometimes there's little tweaks that like. I think the biggest thing is just getting the camera in to shows where you're not getting paid to shoot. Because it's like if you pay $130 for a ticket because you want to go film, you show up and they're like, you can't bring your camera in. And you can't sneak it in or whatever. They catch you with it. Right. Then you just paid $130. I mean, you still get to go to the concert. Yeah. But it's like, you don't get to go do what you wanted to do. Yeah. And people are, they're weird about that. Like, even a VHS camera, they're like, you can't bring that. So you got to sneak it and like, can I even do that? Like, I think that's the biggest thing that's annoying.
Yeah, security's the worst. Yeah. Like, it's crazy nowadays. Cause like, I mean, obviously there's like a lot of gun violence and like things like that at public events and stuff. Right. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Some of the things they can't.
Right. And I just think like, if I paid $130 to be here, I think I could bring my VHS camera. Right. What am I gonna do with it? Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. No real technical difficulties.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like I suffer from a lot of technical difficulties. Yeah. Like I've had so many times where I've been editing like a big project and then like my hard drive will just stop working in the middle of it and just freeze up and then I'll lose like a ton of progress or like it'll get corrupted. Yeah. And then like right now when I'm recording with my laptop, when I'm recording music, every once in a while the mic will just disconnect. And so like halfway through recording it, it'll just like disconnect. You know?
I feel like that's all newer technology too. Like my phone is the only thing really that will bug out like that. Yeah. My cameras don't. Yeah. Newer shit is just built.
There's so much going on. Yeah.
The newer shit is just so like, it's supposed to work. Like, but doesn't mean it's gonna work. Right. Older shit is like, no, like all the gears in here make sure that this thing does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So. No, it's more analog. Yeah.
That's a good word, analog. I like that. I feel like that fits. That's like a word that I needed in my vocabulary.
Oh yeah. What draws you to sort of older technology and like that older style? What do you think it creates or like adds to the video?
I feel like it's just a vibe, like just like how like vintage clothes is just like the cool. It's just like the swag. That's really what it is. I mean, I think it's unconventional use of it too. Like you don't usually see VHS footage of like in a concert like pit. You know what I mean? Like that's VHS true. Is usually like an at-home family kind of old school thing. Yeah. But now people are using it for music videos and fashion and like just like I think that it's just a sick look to just bring it back in a whole brand new like old school hip hop way. Yeah. It got used for a little bit, but then everything came new and flashy early 2000s, and it started to get more and more digital and high tech. Yeah, and it's now and you lost the swag. Yeah, because like now you go watch a big music video, like other than Cole Bennett, you know Cole Bennett, right? I think he's one of the only like big time guys I can think of that does it right, like very like all the effects and everything does it right. Right. Everybody, like all the other stuff that I see is just like so much going on, and it's just like it's kind of like a Disney commercial is what it feels like almost sometimes. And it's like not even to diss them, but it's just like it's not swaggy. It's like I don't know, but it's just like okay, it's just like doing as much as you can. Let's just add a bunch of stuff in so that it looks cool and then post it. But there's no like flow to it. Yeah. There's no flow, and like the concepts aren't very strong. It doesn't match up. Yeah. I think there's something interesting about like old footage where like for me it doesn't even give me like an old school vibe sometimes. It gives me like a futuristic vibe almost. And like it's almost kind of like not like cyberpunk, but like that type of juxtaposition where it's like something super futuristic of like a different world that like I've never seen before, but like it's colored in that like old texture, you know? Right. Yeah, that's it. Definitely. But yeah, it's so intriguing to me to like see VHS because like some of it's almost behind a veil of like this graininess and like all these different like features when the film messes up, and all that character just adds sort of like this mystery, like it's just like a lost found footage thing. It's something that you're not really supposed to see. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think the internet alone has boosted that VHS kind of vibe to it just like immediately grabs your attention. Like I don't know what it is about it. The film cameras, like the super brightness, and the background is very dark. Like it just puts it in like perfect focus with the grainy film, like you said, the video over it. I don't know. It kind of has been blowing up for a couple years now, and like I feel like that's around the time when I got my camera too. It was like 2020, like right around the time that really became like a bigger thing. Like 2019, 2018, like it was kind of there, but it was rare. More like super produced, like videos. Yeah. It was like low key, but now it's over time. It's become like more and more popular. There's so many people out there that shoot on VHS, like so many. Yeah. But it's sick. It's sick to see. Oh, it is so cool. Everybody tapped in and know what looks right. Right. What looks cool, not right. No. Yeah. But no, absolutely. Yeah, man. Like, do you ever go to car meets or anything like that? I haven't out here yet, but I would in Ohio sometimes. I have a little bit of some car meet footage. I have some. There was like a drift show, like a competition we went to in like West Virginia, I think. That was cool. Yeah. That's definitely a cool vibe too, because you don't see that VHS, a lot. Yeah. I've never actually been, but like those videos in VHS of like cars drifting and stuff, so dope. Yeah. If you've ever seen Pink Flamingo USA on YouTube, his videos are super sick. Yeah. It's just like raw footage of him just like being at car shit, being at shows, just like being outside. It's sick. That was my biggest motivation coming up. Okay, was his videos. Yeah. It's just like in the moment. There's one where he's in Atlanta and like somebody starts like shooting. He doesn't cut the video at all. He's recording the whole time, like hiding behind a car. Damn. And people are like screaming and freaking out. And he's just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, he's just recording though. Yeah. Like, I think that's sick that in whatever moment, you're always like, there's like a section of your brain that's like,
gotta capture it.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm really trying to get to where I can record and like, not that I need to be, but I'm just saying like, I want to like, with my camera, I want to be locked in.
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to get.
No, it's so interesting because like, there's also like a side to that where people would look at that and say like, why are you recording in those moments? That's so stupid. And sure, like maybe some moments are stupid to record in, but like there's also something to be said, like everybody who's alive today won't be alive in 100 years.
Right.
And like all that will be left will be those recordings and things like that. And like that's probably the number one way we have as a species right now to like communicate to the future.
Yeah.
And just true, like documenting that. I think like while it can be super offensive to some people, like now in certain situations, like it's gonna be so valuable in the future.
For sure.
Like to not even us personally, but to like us as a species.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think, and definitely VHS, I mean, if it didn't catch on as being cool, it would have just kind of gone out and been lost in the water.
That's so true, yeah.
So I think it's cool that that look specifically can be preserved forever.
Yeah.
Because I think, I mean, who knows? Maybe it will last forever, and down the road there'll still be people trying to get VHS. Like, who knows?
Yeah,
that would be sick.
That would be really sick. Yeah. No, it is crazy because there are like a lot of mediums along the way of like technological evolution, but not all of them get like cemented in history as something people latch on to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Absolutely. Man. Yeah, it was great talking with you, and yeah, you're welcome anytime, honestly. And
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I look forward to. Thank you for shooting my music video for Orange.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I got you.
Yeah, and I look forward to collabing with you in the future.
For sure,
and everything. Bro. Yeah. So, anything you want to let the people know about? You got coming up? Anything to look out for?
I'm always working, so. When I do drop, you want to see. That's all I'm gonna say.
Check out his Instagram in the description, and then
KHAOS.
There we go. All right, y'all. Thank you.
Bad.
Hell yeah.